Alright, we're Nordic. Higher ground, 3 mountain territories. Albion is in the game. Rusviet is not in the game. And we are innovative. Pfeiffer, you've got industrial Crimea. Got Saxony agriculture in this game again. Somebody else has Polania militant, which I had last time. Albany's got engineering. We're on the good old innovative word. Okay. Gotta think about this. Hmm. Okay, what we're gonna do first, we're gonna get an upgrade. So we're gonna trade for 2 oil first off. Oh. We're gonna move out to this village and up to this metal here. Then we're gonna trade for an oil, get our upgrade, and a metal. We're gonna upgrade our move and a deploy. Then we'll produce, get another metal and a worker, and we'll deploy our speed mech to the village. Then we're gonna have a filler turn. We've got to use it to trade for something. Or move. Let's check in on everybody else. Industrial Sax. Traded and produced, I think. No, he produced and then traded. Produced, traded. Trying to remember what I do for industrial Crimea. So we like it so far, right? Trade for that third oil. We trade for a metal. We produce, suddenly we have 2 metals and a mech. How many turns have we taken? We've taken 2 turns. This is round 3. We trade and get an upgrade. Round 4, we have our speed mech. But we need 2 more workers there before we want to move. And we can't. We can trade. We can trade for something that we're going to need later. But what would that be? We can just move. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll move. We'll get the encounter. So we'll produce, we'll get that speed mech. We'll move the character to the encounter, and that's the only move we'll do. And we'll produce again, and we'll get a seaworthy mech. Put it right here. In the next turn, we'll have 3 moves. So we'll move 4 workers to this farm. We only need 3 here. 1 worker will hop over to the metal where we've upgraded, so we'll only need 2. And then the third move, the character will move to the factory. So this is we're about to do round 3. And in round 3, we trade for the metal. In round 4, we make the mech. In round 5, we move to the encounter. In round 6, we make the seaworthy mech. And on round 7, we're on the factory. That's not bad at all. Have our engines set up and be on the factory in 7 minutes. It's actually a pretty good opening. Alright, we know what we're going to do for a little while, so let's check in on everybody else. Mia's got their first enlist. I'm going to go with the combat card enlist. And get combat cards. We'll make the speed mech next turn. And they'll split their workers. Probably 2 here. 3 here. Which will enable them to produce, build a mech, trade 2 food, and combine it with the 2 food they got from the production to get another enlist. They'll toggle back and forth until they have all their produces and all their enlists. Looks like he's going for the mine opening. Militant. Completely different than what I did. So if we're going for the factory, it means we need 3 mountains, which shouldn't be too terribly tough. We were gonna have that one, and then there's 1 there and 1 there. So that's what we'll do for our objective. Not yet. There'll be a little bit of time before we'll do it. That is... Yeah, we are against everybody else's coin. Tied with Polania right now. Head of Albion, head of Saxony, head of Crimea. So this is the filler turn. We said we were going to move. Get our encounter. So what are we hoping for? We're hoping for food. We're hoping for power. We would take oil. But why? If we get food, it means that there are fewer produces where we have to stay here. So once we have enough food to finish our enlists, we can start moving around while we're enlisting. Is a reason I like to go 8 workers with Nordic Innovative, but that requires me to go this way and put a bunch of workers on metal, put a bunch of workers on food, and get enough to toggle back and forth without actually producing. Can't do that over there because I can only get 1 worker over, right? I could build Riverwalk and then split the workers up. That'd be better. Because I could produce, go to 5 workers. I could move, get the encounter, produce, go to 5 workers. Trade. Or do something else. Produce again, get seaworthy. So 4 turns. We will split them up. We're going to do what we said we were going to do. See how it plays out. You can always get the worker star later. Unless we get metal from this encounter, that might change things. Should have traded for metal, didn't we? I got ahead of myself somehow. No, we're good. We're good. We just got a free enlist, ladies and gents. And we're next to Crimea. Bit bizarre, but we are. We didn't really need any of those things for the enlist bonus. I mean, we could have gone power, but... Now we have 1 mech and 1 enlist. It's Crimea 2. Not sure how this happened. Moves this turn, right? Because he wants to build the mill here, not here. Well, look at that, we got a 5. Isn't that nice? Yeah, we gotta trade this turn. We can't get to the factory in round 7. It's gonna be 8, right? Because we have to trade to get a medal. Wait, is this turn 6 for us? Who went first? This is round 6, and this is turn 6 for us. Yeah, we can't get there in 7. We'll get there in 8. And get a metal. Oil. The metal is so that when we produce and go to 5 workers, we can get the seaworthy mech there. The oil is so if we want to get another upgrade down the road, we can. And in fact, we might do that. Because what that would enable us to do is to get all the food for the rest of our lists in one place, which means we don't have to keep the workers here. We can move them down here. We can get the, we'll have 2 mechs. We can get the worker star, we can get the mech star, and then just start spreading out our workers and taking up as much territory as possible while we star. And then wait for an opportunity get our objective, our combats. A worker, combats, objective, mech, and combats are going to be the tricky part. But we've upgraded our bolsters, so we do have a way to get power. All right, Polania. What you gonna do? Next turn will be a produce and a mine right there. I am pretty confident. Okay, Crimea got where he was going eventually. 3 workers there, 2 workers there. How many cards does he have? He has 3 cards, so he's in good shape on that account. Alright, we got another card. Like we said, we're taking 4 workers to here. We're hopping the pond with 1 worker, river, and then the third move is the character is going to factory. And what would we like to see out of a factory card? It'd be nice to see one that gives us power for resources, power and combat cards for resources. It'd be nice to see one that gives us coin or combat cards. It would be nice to see one that gives us an enlist and power for coin. Basically, we're looking for anything that's going to speed our game up with bottom row actions or help us get a bigger lead with coin. And I say bigger lead, we're not winning right now. Polania is winning, but their lead is primarily coin-based right now, and they're not even close to getting off this. I mean, they're about to build a mill, but they're at least 2 trades away from getting a mech. I said mill, I meant mine right here. I said mill, but they did actually get a mill right there. So I guess they're gonna trade for 2 wood next time, and probably build their mine. So you may notice we have 2 mechs and 1 enlist. What that means is we're gonna run out of the need to produce metal before we have all our enlists. So that's why we're gonna get 1 more upgrade to enlist. So we just have to produce 1 more time. But we might not need the upgrade because we have to produce twice more for our mechs, and 2 produces would give us enough for 3 enlists. So I don't think we need the upgrade. That's 1 move. That's 2 moves. 3 moves. No one's even close to challenging us for the factory. So what do we got? We would have to use that 3 times to get tier 2 popularity and not fight anybody who has a worker. That gives us coin and a worker, but we need to produce twice more. And if we get any more workers, we don't have any popularity left. We don't want to get that because our bottom row action, we want to use our bottom row action when we produce. This is good. I hate this though. It's so hard to use. And we're not going to have any extra resources except that 1 OF. That's not enough to use it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get this. Oh. This is really hard. You don't need that. You're going to get this. Used up a lot of time there. So what are we doing next? We're going to produce next. We're going to produce. Then I think we're going to use our factory card. We're going to use 1 food and this oil. We're going to go grab probably this encounter. Or, more likely, go fight Albion. We can still get a combat off of it. So what that does is the produce gives us 2 metal and 3 food. The second mech produce gives us 3 more food, and that's enough food for our enlists. But if we can use one of those foods combined with an oil, because that gives us 1 of our enlists. So we'll have 5 food for 2 enlists, which is enough. And then maybe we'll get something good off the encounter. this turn we produce, which mech are we going for? We are going for... That's great, that's great. Albion just moved. That means we're gonna get another mech. We're gonna get the artillery mech. And then next turn he can't move, so we're gonna fight him. We're gonna get a cheap combat. Oh, but he has the engineering board? What just happened? Oh, he moved his other mech up here. We're about to wreck Albion's game. Might as well. He's in the lead. Too bad we don't have another resource, or we could get an enlist out of this, but we're gonna get a lot of food by doing this. Just checking. We have seaworthy, we have speed. Albion put no flag here because it's adjacent to their home base and wouldn't give them a territory bonus, which means now they can't move this turn, that's 1. They can move here next turn, that's 2. They can't move the next turn, it's 3. It would take them 4 turns to get where I am right now and to get their food back. They also can't move these workers out onto the farm and get more food because I'm sitting here. I gave up an encounter to do this, but I think it was worth it. How much power does Polani have? He has 7. Only have 4. We're gonna put the mech here because next turn we're gonna move, right? Because we only need 1 more produce to get our mech star, so we're gonna combine that with our worker star. So we're gonna use 2 of our movements to go down here. And we're gonna use use 1 of our movements probably to move. Actually, we could go ahead and get our objective. we can move the workers and this mech here. This mech to here and just leave him all by his lonesome. Move him over to here. I think that's what we'll do. Disarm, Riverwalk. He does not have Underpass. We don't have to worry about Saxony. Crimea has Riverwalk, Scout, and Speed, so they can come up and attack us here. So when we move, we're going to spin down this food. Alright, what'd Polania get? Oh wow, that's pretty sad. That is not a good encounter for Polania. I mean, 3 popularity is nice, but he needs a mech. Wood's nice, but I mean, what's he gonna do? Build there? I mean, he might. Probably take that and that. Crimea move next turn. Yes, he can. Yes, Scout. But if he moves to attack, he doesn't have an upgraded move. The most he could bring is 2. Could spin them down to 2 power, and then our combat cards, if he doesn't steal them, are probably better than his. Although he has 5, so he may have some good cards. Albion just has 1 power. You don't have to worry about being attacked from him. Alright, if we don't get bumped off this space, and we shouldn't, we get, we're gonna get 2 stars next turn. Alright, Crimea's not coming for us. Not with 1. At this point, it'd be nice if he came with 1. Interesting. Hmm. Saxony is going to try to build buildings. It looks like. Could Albion be coming for us? He just built sword. That's usually what you build when you're about to attack. If he did, he probably wasn't thinking about the fact that we were going to get 2 power off of our enlist. So he's probably reconsidering right now. We'd like for him to attack us. It'd be one of the cheapest stars we're going to get in this game. Oh, he has rally. He can attack us with 2 units. Always forget about this. If you attack with and put a worker there, then other mechs can rally to that spot. So because he put a mech here, I was susceptible to being multiple attacked by rally. Even though, yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Okay, we're not going to use artillery here because he has 1 and it would cost him 1 to reduce it. So we're not going to use it because we'd lose the power. He'd just lose 1 power because 1 is all he has. He has 4 cards. He's probably going to play 2 of them. Get some of his food back. He has to pay for it. We don't mind that much to lose the food because even though we now do not have enough food to get 2 enlists, we can use the 3rd food and this oil to trigger our factory card. And get our last enlist that way. Mia moved last turn, so we're safe here. Saxony can't get to us. I think he moved last turn too. Yeah, he did. So we're gonna produce. It's a worker star. This is the mech star. It here too. Now we're sitting on 2 5s. What's the score look like right now? Still losing, unfortunately. The part where we get a combat star. On Albion here. We can spend 1 power, which puts us at 1. Drop him to 1 power. And then we can play 2 cards. Basically, we'll play 6. Or 2 3s. Save our good cards for another combat. Check other people's power. Make sure we're not missing something. Sax only has 2 power. Does he have disarm? Yeah, he does. Attacking him on a tunnel is a no-go. Okay. His sword. We're gonna have to commit a little bit more power than we thinking. And he's gonna get the power right back because of shield. He may counterattack us next turn. But if so, we can retreat to these 2 lakes. Alright, we just about caught Polania, who's at tier 3. All the tunnels but 1 are covered, which means Polania with no mechs is going to struggle to spread out. For me, I just took the factory. We have 3 mechs in range. We'll actually retreat to this lake and this lake. Shaping up to be a good game, guys. Now it's really good that we took that factory card. Kalani is up there, but he has no, I mean, he's hit his ceiling pretty much. He just has to get stars. It's the only get more. So we're going to use our factory card. We're going to pick these workers up. Can Crimea move next turn? No, Crimea cannot move next turn. Can Saxony move next turn? Yes. That was rude. Lost him a lot of points too. Well, 6, I guess. Okay, one of the biggest things that can stop us right now is if Saxony takes the factory from Crimea and we can't take it from Saxony. So we're going to do this to get our last enlist, right? And we thought we'd spread out around here, but what we're going to do instead is we're going to block Sax from the factory. And the reason that blocks him is now he can only attack Crimea with 1 unit. He can still win, but then he will only have 1 unit there. And then last turn, we can hit the factory with 3 units, play a minimum if it's Crimea and they take our 5, unlikely. We can still play 8, 9, 10, 11 against Crimea, who can only, right now, can only throw 9. Okay? If it's Sax, he can throw a maximum of 12. He can throw 8 plus 5 is 13. We'll see what happens here and how many workers we get bumped. But right now, we have what we need to end this next turn. So I don't know if that's round 15. Turn is it Saxony? Yeah, we're looking at a possible 15 turn win right here. All right, Sax didn't stop us. Don't think Lonnie or Albion can stop us. Let's make sure we have the combat cards for this. We can throw 2 4s and a 3. Take our 5. Crimea takes our 5. 2 4s and 3 is 11. Crimea has 4 power and can throw our 5 if they take it in the lane. So we win that combat. Plus we'll use artillery because we still have a power. Unless Albion counterattacks us right here, which they might. They didn't. Now we have 2 power. Thought we already had 2 combat stars. not take a 5, he took a 4. Can't take him with you. All right. That is Nordic Innovative in 15 turns. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been a great night. It's been a lot of fun streaming. Thanks for watching. And I think I'm gonna sign off here in a minute.